Hello random gamers, Echo here for my deck construction of the Guardians of Light deck. As you've realised, I love the big hard white deck. I love white decks. Yeah, white decks are my favourite to play with. But anyway, we'll go into this and see how I've set my white deck up. Big white deck. But anyway, as I've said in previous videos, this is just how I roll with the white deck. And just before we get started, I've sort of geared this white deck up. White deck. I've sort of geared this deck up to complement other players that I play with in Two-Headed Giant. It's more of a support deck. That's how I've structured it. So there's a lot of the sort of these enchantments within the deck, but I'll roll through them real quickly. So I've got a Lifelink, Ajani's Sunstriker, two of them, three of them, sorry, just to get some creatures on the board. Another three of the Blade of the Sixth Pride. Then we've got the Spirit Mantle, two of them, some Pacifism in there, Nomad Mythmaker, Sky Hunter Skirmisher, which can be crazy when you boost it up, but I'll get back to that after I go through these cards. Auramancer, two, Griffin Guide, Unquestioned Authority, couple of Idyllic Tutor, Dawn Elemental, Seraph of the Sword, Angelic Destiny, Indestructibility, Armored Ascension, four of them, all three of them, one, two, three, yep, oh, well, one, two, three, can't even count, Retether, Sigil of the Empty Throne, Three Dreams, Evangelize, Purity, My Little Pony as I call it, looks like a demented pony, horse, spirit thing, and Celestial Mantle, which is an awesome bitch of a card. But anyway, I'll run through quickly and tell you why I use them and how I use them. And once again, I'll mention that this is the way I roll. You may want to use this as a basis for your deck, and then change it around. By all means, change it around. Send me a message. Tell me what you changed around, and tell me what you found really useful in this deck. Okay, so I like the Lifelink. 1 mana cost. It's good. So I got these Ajani Sunstrikers, okay, just so I can boost my creatures. But generally, I find myself boosting my teammates more than I boost myself, especially when I play Two-Headed Giant. Spirit Mantle makes things indestructible. Pretty cool. Love the Pacifism. You can get rid of stuff. Okay, they can't attack or block. Okay, Nomad Mythmaker. Put the target aura card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, attached to a creature you control. So it's a fast way to get an enchantment onto the battlefield if you've lost it already. Sky Hunter Skirmishers, even though they're a 1/1 and they're 3 mana to cast, with this deck you can boost them up really, really quickly, and they have double strike and they're flying as well, which is good. So you can do some real damage. A lot of games I've won by just boosting this card right up. Putting enchantments on it. Auramancer. When Auramancer enters the battlefield, you may return target enchantment card from your graveyard. That's good. Enchanted creatures. Griffin Guide have 2/2 and they are flying. And if they die, they get a 2/2 white griffin comes onto the battlefield. Unquestioned Authority. So you can use that. Makes the creature protected from other creatures, and then you draw a card as well. So it's good to get an extra card out. Search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, put it in your library, then shuffle it, and that's why I'm rolling with a lot of enchantments. I've got a lot of cards like this. The Dawn Elemental is great, flying. It's pretty much indestructible from other creatures. Awesome card, same as the Seraph of the Sword. And once again, those two can be boosted up depending on how you want to sort of boost them up with your enchantments. This is a really good one. Enchanted creature gets 4/4, has flying and first strike, and is an angel in addition to other types. I find myself using that on other teammates a lot and just making their creatures crazily overpowered. With this, of course, indestructibility. Okay, another one of my favourite cards, the Armored Ascension. Enchanted creature gets 1/1 for each planes you control and has flying. So you put that on a rather strong creature to begin with, and you've got like 6-7 lands out there, it can make it really, really strong. And also remember, you can combine it with indestructibility and stuff like that. What's the next one? Return each aura card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Only creatures can be enchanted this way. It's a pretty cool card. Sigil of the Empty Throne. Whenever you cast it, it's a high sort of mana cost, and you're casting enchantments pretty quickly, but if it's a longer game and you're sort of at a stalemate, this sort of card can turn it around for you. I've found personally. Three Dreams, love this card. Okay, you can just go pick 3 enchantments, put them in your hand, then you're ready to rock and roll. And depending on how the game's going, it will depend on what enchantments you use. I only just put this one in there. Even Evangelize, buyback, gain control of target creature and opponent. It's the opponent's choice, so it's good if they have one strong creature. I'm still umming and ahhing about this card. I might change it out for something else. Can be useful, but it also depends on the situation. My Little Pony, Purity, good card, and Celestial Mantle. If you can get this on one of your flyers, which I found that's how it's worked for me, and then you sort of fly over the top and start doubling your life total, sort of game over. But once again, you've got to take a lot of variables into account, but it's a pretty good card. If you're using that, you usually pretty much have the upper hand anyway. So that is my Guardians of Light deck, and once again, that's how it stands at the moment. There probably will be some small changes, but please comment down below and tell me what sort of cards you found really useful. And once again, I stress I use this purely in Two-Headed Giant. Okay, very rarely in single player. I'd use my other white deck in single player usually, or my other decks. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this deck manager construction tutorial, and yeah, I'll catch you later.